Craig, I'm going to compare your putting stroke to Tiger Woods, who is considered by many to be the best putter of all time. The most visual difference is the width of your stance. Now, for some players, that would be too wide, but I believe for you, that width is more of an idiosyncrasy than a fundamental. I think the wide stance serves you well, and I don't prescribe that you change it. Okay, let's watch Tiger take it back. And as he comes into the ball, at this moment, his eyes are down. As he continues his follow through, his eyes remain down. They will remain down until his putter comes to a stop. He will hold that finish for a moment or two, hold the putter follow through's finishing position, hold his spine, hold his posture. He'll hold it still. And as he turns, he keeps his follow through held in the same position, does not recoil. So he's putting, he's holding, and then he's looking. As you take it back, you do a little forward press, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good trigger for you. As the putter goes back, you're keeping still. At contact, your eyes are down. You hit through the ball, you're keeping your eyes down. You do this very well. The putt and the hold, keeping your eyes still, is good. You're turning to look. The only thing I would recommend that you do is maybe after the putter has stopped moving, hold it for a moment or two longer. This here is an excellent putting stroke. This was one of your putts on the course, and you did an excellent job of holding that finish a little bit longer. And you're almost trying to visualize where you want to land it and try to hit that spot. All right, we're going to go over the fundamentals of a chipping stroke. Steve, you want to chip one for me? All right, I just demonstrated the fundamentals of a chipping stroke. Perfect example. No.
Let's not screw that up.
And now, folks, how not to do it. No. In golf, you have to experiment. What that means is you don't know going in whether or not you need to make that change, but you want to test it. Don't guess what you can test. Yeah. So I'm suggesting to Steve, there's a possibility you might chip even better if you choke down.
Yep.
That's a theory until it's proven by him. Yep. So he's going to go out and he's going to chip 10, 20 shots with one way and then 10 or 20 shots another way. And says, I think I might chip better with choking down. Okay, and you have evidence. You don't have to base it on subjectivity. You can base it on objectivity. Or he said, I tried it. For me, for some reason, the sensibilities of how I feel and how I blend all the pieces together, I'm really better off here. I like that much weight at the end of my hands and whatever it is. But he tried it. That's the key. He read about, everybody chokes down, and I've never even tried. I might as well at least try. You're going to adopt all of those perfect things. There we go. And the main thing is what's going to feel weird is you're not going to look down at a severe shaft.
Yeah, you know what? This is the way I used to do it, and I've lost it. This is great. I love the feel of this.
It's gonna slide across the top of the surface a little better. I want you to make, and also one thing with this, if you would, Craig, I want you to kind of take the slack out of your body.
Okay.
you sometimes have just a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit
that's-
too much slack. I want you to kind of, not really trying
I
to
don't
change,
think
just
that's
want to try
gonna-
to expand you a little
That's
bit.
a posture thing, and you know what? I hear you.
Just feel like your chest is a little bit higher. It's not a real radical difference. So just kind of make sure you feel like you've pulled up just a fraction, not a lot. You just feel like you're just a little taller. I like that one.
The curvature of the spine.
And you didn't even hit that clean,
No,
but it got pretty close to your target.
It was I caught the grass.
Had that been a 60 and you hit it that much, I don't think you'd have the same result. There you go. I like that one a lot. Even though it's not a good swing for that particular target,
Yeah.
that's a good swing on a lot of targets you're going to play. Okay, now I'm going to compare your chipping technique to Tiger. And the first thing that is obvious is how wide your stance is compared to Tiger. You had a wide stance with putting, and I thought that was okay for that particular stroke. But I really do think you will chip better if you become comfortable with a narrower stance in your technique. Not only is it close, you can see that he's kind of leaning just a little bit to the target. In fact, if I drew a box from the center of his ankles to the top of his head, you can see how much his body is forward to the target. And if I did the same thing with you, you can see how you're almost leaning backwards into your back foot. And that's going to cause some issues. Now, one of the things it does, it forced you to learn how to chip with the ball positioned way on your back foot. Because if you're going to have that much weight on your back foot, you're going to need to have the ball back there as well. So you have the ball positioned about where your head is, just like Tiger does, but you've placed your head toward your back foot, and therefore that's where the ball is. That causes the geometry of the golf club to not always be in an optimal position at impact. As Tiger takes the club back, even when he's at the full end of his backswing, he still has maintained his weight on his left side. As he comes through and makes contact, he's making contact about now. The shaft of his club is right about there. If we look at your move, you have a little forward press, so it gets even a stronger shaft lean. Now you kind of rock back, and then now you're rocking forward. And so at contact, you have a very severe shaft lean, almost 20 degrees more than Tiger. That forces you to always make contact with the ground with the leading edge of the club. And there are going to be several times that is optimal for a lot of the different types of shots that you would have around the green. And I don't want to take this technique away from you, but I want you to start adding other techniques to your bag of tricks here. You know, if you've got a 150-yard shot from the fairway, you might need to learn 2 or 3 different swings to create 2 or 3 different kinds of ball flights that you may think help you from that distance, depending on pin location and conditions and wind and things of this kind. Around the green, you have to learn 1,000 different shots. You've got to learn, you're going to face different lies and conditions on the ground, different humps and bumps and different distances to get to the green and different distances the pin is from the edge of the green. You need a large variety of methods and techniques in order to maximize your ability to get the ball close whenever you miss a green. What I'm suggesting is I want you to start developing more shots around the green. And I want you to develop those shots with a little closer stance, the ball move much closer to your front foot. And so I want you to start thinking about ball position as it relates to your front foot, not as it relates to your back foot. Now, as Tiger continues through, you can see how he's not flipping his hands. He has very quiet hands. He keeps his hands in front of his chest. He swings his chest, hands, and club as one connected unit. You do your technique I like as well. You have maintained an angle here at the back of your right hand. You've swung your chest, your hands in front of your actual swinging technique is excellent. I really like that. On the right is your adjustment in your technique. Much better position, feet close together. So now you have your weight more on the left side. That looks really good versus this where you kind of hang on that back side. You can even see a little bit difference in the spine angle. You're a little bit more, just a little more vertical here, a little bit more spine tilt here. So I like that setup a lot. If we look at the angle of the shaft at setup, there's almost a 10-degree difference there. That's going to allow you to hit the ball a little bit higher. As you come through and make contact, that also gives you a little bit more height in the shot. It's going to expose the bounce under the leading edge a little bit. Sometimes when you come in with the leading edge too much, it'll get stuck in the ground. And if you can let that bounce kind of slide a little bit, it's a little bit more forgiving. You don't have to be as precise with your ground contact when you have a little bit more vertical shaft. I want a little bit of shaft lean, but not extreme. So this is just a much better setup. Your geometry's better. You're using the same basic swing mechanics, but you readjusted your geometry. So I really like that adjustment. That'll work. If wind is in your face, you would want less loft. You wouldn't open it up quite so much. A lot of it comes with practice.
A little bit then, see what happens.
Okay? Keep your weight on your left side.
Get more run out of that too.
Go now.
You gotta hate that.
And tell me again why you wanted me to help you with your bunker shot.